Hello folks, fellow YouTubers and friends. We're back on the, this is our fourth video on the ceiling fan conversion to a PMA. My thoughts on it. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. I mentioned in the other video, I like to call the things that I do DIY P&P. Do it yourself, plug and play. For those of you just joining us, we have 3 other videos that start doing this, and if you could, you go and watch those, please, and you'll see a lot of stuff that we're doing. For example, this is a piece of 6-inch inside diameter schedule 40 steel pipe, which you can find in almost any scrapyard. By the pound, normally 60-80 cents a pound. You only need 2 inches for the ceiling fan, because the ceiling fan is, the casing is 2 pieces like this. Together it looks like this, okay, and we're using 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch by 3/8 inch magnets in here. We've drilled a hole, 3/16 hole at the center of each magnet, or pretty close thereof. We've used a 1/4 inch drill bit to countersink the holes, hopefully, so when we put epoxy in there, it'll form like a rivet head and have it just maybe a little bit stronger on the magnet itself. Now, yesterday, I made it, well, the other day, the last video, I used a scribe, and I made it out of a piece of galvanized, like so, and I showed people how to make it, and then you just take it like so and scribe it. Well, I prefer stainless steel because it's a lot stronger, a lot sharper, and doesn't wear the point down. Fortunately, I found one today, not in my scrap file. I found a little piece of stainless steel that's about 20 gauge, and oh, it does a beautiful job. It not only cuts through the paint, but actually scribes the metal itself, and I was able to cut the second frame down a lot easier and more sure. Now, let's get back to where we left off. We left off with me cutting one of the fans down to this. Today I cut down the other one, and what I've done is I've placed it inside the 6-inch pipe, flushed it out, and then we simply take this like so, take our fine point Sharpie, and go in and trace around the inside. And when we do that, what it does, I don't know if you can see that, I need to come around here, so I can make sure it's in the camera. Now, don't pay any attention to the, let's see if I get my finger right. There you go. Don't pay attention to that one. I did that one freehand. This one is done by the Sharpie. Now, originally I was going to put 1-inch magnets in there, and so I did a 3/8 inch deal on these. However, the 1-inch by half-inch by half-inch magnets wouldn't fit very well, so I went with a 3/4 by 3/4 by 3/8. Well, being 3/4 inch wide and this being 2 inches wide, I could have gotten away with a 1/2 inch instead of 3/8, but that's fine. The next one I will, if I do another one. But anyway, if you put your marks in there like that, it gives you lines. That way, when you put the magnets in, just make sure they're between the lines, and you got no problem at all. Okay, that's it. I need to put tape around here so the epoxy doesn't go through. I've already placed 4 or 5 magnets inside to see how well they would hold themselves together, I mean apart, being to the steel. They do really well, but once you get them centered, so forth, they'll stay apart, but the slightest little movement and they slap together. So I need to find something. I need to place 4 or 5 of them in here and find something magnetic just about the right width to hold the magnets apart. That's going to take some experimenting, okay? I'm thinking plexiglass because I have plexiglass here. I have like 3 different thicknesses of it, and once I determine the exact thickness that I need, be it 2 pieces, 3 pieces, whatever, I will glue some together, actually weld them, not glue them, and get the right thickness. Then I'll cut sections out and put them in there and put all the magnets in place. Then I'll take something else, non-magnetic, preferably possibly a heavier piece of stainless, which I have some around here. It's like 16, 18 gauge. Cut a little deal like a screwdriver. The magnets being flat and this being curved will have an opening. Once I get all my magnets in with spacers between, then I can just simply raise the magnet up just a hair in this position. Pry it, before you can see my hand, pry it out and squirt epoxy down in it. Then pop it out and let it slap back, and hopefully it'll squirt the epoxy out that hole. Having tape around here will give me my rivet or bolt head effect. Then when it's all said and done and that's in place, then I'll pull the spacers out. Hopefully the epoxy will hold, and then when I pull the spacers out, I'll take acrylic silicone or something and just place it on the magnets around this way, like so. Then way I can take masking tape, because it's super thin and not very strong, and run it across the face of the magnets, and then turn it up like this and fill all the pores with epoxy. That's the plan. I don't know if that's the way it's going to go, folks, but that is the plan. Okay, enough for now. I guess the thing to do now is I've got to draw this line on the other side. Hopefully I get it right, and I'll know exactly where to put my magnets, and then I'm going to do some experiments on my own and get my spacing right. Okay? Alright, until next time, catch you later. Okay folks, we're trying something here as far as spacing the magnets out, and it seems to be working pretty good. The magnets are lining up pretty close to the center of my marks. Of course, my marks aren't exactly perfect, but it seems to be. Now if they start getting off, I'll have to do something a little different just here and there. But basically what's happening here is the magnets come with these little plastic washers between them to make them easier to get apart. And let me take one apart and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me double check, make sure that this bench is in the... No, it's not. Oh, there it is. Okay, right there. There's your spacer between your magnets. So what we're doing is we're cutting them in half, placing the magnet right here. Let's see. Yeah, put the magnet right there, and cut this washer in half. Little box knife works great. Now what you want to do is cut it a little bit smaller than half on one side, because actually the total diameter of the washer is more than double that of the thickness of the magnet. So you put one in there and make sure it's pretty damn close to, you know, the top, which that one is. Then the other one, since you cut it off half, off center half, you need to cut a little bit more off of it, about like so, and check it. As long as it's below that surface. Alright, then you got the two of them. Now what we do, we come here and we place the two inside like so. Let me check the camera, make sure y'all can see that. Okay. Oh yeah. Alright, then we take the magnet and place it in there. If it pushes, it's wrong. I'm sorry, it's right. If it pulls, that's the side you want up, so you flip it over, bring it in, set it away from the other, like so, and then you can just slide it right in place, just like that. And, ooh, that was a little off center. So evidently 2 is going to be too much for that. And I don't think 1's going to be quite enough. But let's try to get it out and see. Well, okay, one of them fell out. Okay. Oh, that's good. That's good. Not quite center, but it's close enough. And we put 2 over here, and that'll throw that one, the next one out. So that'll be good. Okay. Working real good. Well, we're going to finish up and then let's take another look at it. Oh, there it is, folks. All the magnets are in. Now, whew, that was a job. That last one was a real bear. Okay, we got different spacings in them, but all of them are just about lined up with my marks. Really close to center of my marks. That one's a little bit off, it looks like. But as far as the hole goes, it's dead on. So maybe that mark is off, so I can't remember. Anyway, it were a fight, Ma, but we won. Okay, I'm not sure yet. I think what I'm going to do is get that epoxy that mixes itself as you squeeze it. Sets up in about 3 minutes. And I'm going to try to put just a little bit around here to keep them from moving. And put a fan on it, let it set up, and then turn it over and do the other side. Hopefully that'll do it. And then put some tape on it and fill everything in with epoxy. I don't know yet. Whew. All I know is I'm tired. All right, you people have a good afternoon. Okay, folks, my wife's come in just for a minute. I'm going to do about 30 or 40 seconds on her. As you can see, she's a young, beautiful young lady, and I'm a dirty old man. My wife's 35, I'm 69. Main thing I wanted to do is just show everybody what a good looking old lady I've got. I'm mad. Oh, by the way, she owns her own company as well. I own a construction company, I've told you that before. But she owns her own make-ready business. But she's got a little sideline. Tilt it forward to just a little bit. There you go. She's got her own sideline. She likes to sell jewelry. I love to buy the stuff. I buy it cheap. Well, you know, in the United States you can buy anything you buy for $100. If you buy 2 or 3 dozen of them, you can get them for $50. You know, so I know, Lord, I love spending money, and she likes making money. So I buy jewelry and she sells it. Bring it up a little closer, sweetheart. There you go. I don't know if you guys can see it. Tilted up a little bit more this way. Okay, right there. That's some beautiful rings in there. Anyway, she's on her way to a party to go ahead and back up. Go ahead to try to sell some of this stuff. She's real good at that. All right, that's enough. I didn't want to bore anybody. I just want to throw this in as a little what do you call it? Chuckle. All right, have a good weekend, fellas. Okay, folks, I hope some of you guys enjoyed that little brief intermission there when I took the video of my wife with her jewelry. By the way, I don't buy junk. Those old stones you see are real. I mean, they're amethyst, iolite, citron, rubies, diamonds, sapphires, and everything is solid sterling silver. So I just wanted everybody to know I don't buy junk. Not when it comes to jewelry. Okay, let's get back to the ceiling fan here. I feel like a total dipstick because everybody, including myself, knows how to spell assume. That's when you make an ass out of you and me. Well, I just made an ass out of myself, big time. I assumed, or rather didn't even assume, I just went on with the fact that every ceiling fan I've opened up so far and the ones I've seen on YouTube are 14 coils. So I grabbed this one and cut out this piece of 6-inch Schedule 40 inside diameter pipe and started lining it with magnets. Well, I set it in there because 14, you know, it's an odd number. It's kind of hard to lay it out. But put it in there and marked where all the coils were, put my magnets in, and I had 20 magnets, you know. Well, I figured, okay, 14, I got 6 left over. Well, I got all the magnets in. So, whoa, I've only got 4 left. What's going on? Because 4 from 20 is not 14. So I got to counting. Lo and behold, this stator has 16 coils. Now with 16, you take a pair of dividers and make your circle and divide it up, and you can get it exact. I mean, you know, that's, oh well, anyway. My brother and my mother, I love them to death, but they're both pessimists. My mother would have said, oh my God, all that time in the trash. And my brother, oh my God, he got a temper. My shop would probably look like some tornado hit it if he had been in here doing this, because he just said, all that time wasted and just start throwing stuff around. Me, I know that he's my real brother, and I know it's my real mother. Because I was born at home and so was my brother, so there was no mix up at the hospital. But how come I wound up to be an optimist, I don't know. I don't see this as a problem. At the first, it was a situation. Like I told you people many times before, I never have a problem. I only have situations that have to be dealt with or addressed. So the fact that this is 16 coils and I've got 16 magnets doesn't mean it's a problem. It means a situation and I need to figure out what to do. Duh, piece of cake. This is the one I've been working with on this one. I'm assuming that it was 14. You know, I just went ahead and did it, but I did it by the coils and marked them accordingly. This is one straight out of a ceiling fan, got the small wire on it. It's got definitely, I've already counted them, ta-da! It's got 14 coils. This is the one Scott rewound with the 18 gauge wire. It also has 14 coils. Now, here's the thing. This one, the reason we rewound it was that we were turning it down in my metal lathe, which I have a video on showing us doing that. We accidentally got the bar holding the knife too close and it scraped the wires. Well, it was scraped too many to get in there and try to refix them. So Scott, I love Scott to death, man. He comes up with some dang good ideas. That's another man that doesn't have problems. He has situations that have to be dealt with. Well, he dealt with this one. He cut all those little wires out and took the bigger wire and wound it up to try to get more amperage. Well, here's the deal. The outside diameter of all stators are exactly the same diameter. It's just that they've got this one divided up into more coils. So since we had already put this one in the metal lathe and turned it down a little bit, I'm kind of thinking that with it, we can put it in the casing of a 6-inch pipe and probably have the right spacing for the 1 inch by half inch by half inch magnets that I bought that I thought were going to be useless until I come up with a project for it, which now I have a project. So I'm hoping that this one will fit in the same housing, but with the bigger magnets and stronger pull. They're not that much stronger. These are 33 pound pull. The 1 by half magnets are 35.5 pounds, and make a little difference. But the little difference and the bigger wire should help us drastically. Just to let people know that, and I've done this before, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but to me a mistake is not really a mistake if you learn from it. And I've learned something from this. It's more like a learning experience. Don't assume any damn thing. Count the cotton picking suckers. All right? But I just wanted people to know that, you know, that's where we are now. So instead of just building one ceiling fan, I'm going to build 2 or 3. Just that simple. We've got the material, we've got the time, we got the tools. Why not? All right. Next video, I've got all the magnets in here. I showed you on the last clip that's going to be on this video. All the magnets are in. Now I'm just trying to get my nerves squared away so that I can get in there and actually glue them down with some epoxy of some kind, and without messing them up. They're doing pretty good in holding themselves. Okay, so next video hopefully will be me actually gluing down some of the magnets to see whatever technique I've come up with that works. And okay, that'll do it for this clip. Thank you.